The white and the red candles are a tradition created to accompany our chalice lighting by our Emerita President, Rebecca Parker. The white candle symbolizes violence, suffering, and death, and serves as a reminder that we gather in a time of war. And the red candle symbolizes the abiding reality of love and the shared work to restore the human community and the earth to wholeness and harmony. I invite Erica to give our land acknowledgement.
Thank you, Nina. At Starr King School for the Ministry, as part of its mission and vision to educate spiritual leaders to counter oppression, we acknowledge that the land we are meeting on in Oakland, California, is the original homeland of the Ohlone people. This land was stolen from its original inhabitants. We say thank you to the ancient people of this land and to their descendants for their resilience in the face of generations of colonial oppressions. Acknowledging wrongdoing is one right action. What more might we do to strengthen this commitment? What more might we do to create structures and sanctuaries of reparation and forgiveness? Please place in the chat the name of the original people on whose land you live and other actions we may take to grow. I am in St. Louis, Missouri. I am on the ancestral land of the Osage people. I invite Amy to bring us a song.
Hi, everyone, and good morning. And I invite you to sing with me if you'd like to. We can only sing one at a time here on Zoom, but we'll get the feeling together. I'm gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. I'm gonna keep on walking proudly. Keep on walking proudly. Keep on walking proudly. Never turning back. Never turning back. I'm gonna keep on singing boldly. Keep on singing boldly. Keep on singing boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back. I'm gonna keep my prayers going. Keep my prayers going. Keep my prayers going. Never turning back. Never turning back. I'm gonna keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back. Never turning back. Never turning back. And now I would like to introduce Kelly to speak to you next.
Hi, my name is Kelly Kinsman. I'm a third-year MDiv student here at Starr King. When we first talked about moral authority as the topic of this chapel and came to I'm sorry. My question to myself is, what is the ultimate moral authority? What is my moral authority? I never found the instruction book, being atheist, on how to act, what authority meant, what morality meant, but I trusted my heart, my inner compass. Years ago, I found a website whose premise was, because I said I would, and I've lived that way for a long time. So I guess that's where my recognition of moral authority began. And now we're using the phrase today, no matter what. I find moral authority and the phrase no matter what to be a deep commitment to doing the right things, to loving, to justice. My heart aims at justice. My heart has learned to base every decision on love. And that is what I would claim as my moral authority. The commitment, the responsibility, and the choice that I make to do that every day. What drives you? How do you embody your moral authority? What is your no matter what? I'd invite you to think about that with us today. Thank you.
I would like to welcome everybody and thank you, Kelly, for such an amazing offering to begin with. Good morning, everyone. My name is Amy Brunel. My pronouns are she, her, and I think that y'all have a little vibe of where we're going with you this morning. So welcome into this space of love and sacred time together. Today's theme, as you heard from Kelly, is moral authority. And our team got together and discussed what is moral authority. According to AI on Google, a very reliable source, moral authority is the ability to influence others' morality through a person's character or words. Moral authority can be based on principles that are independent of written laws. These principles can be religious or metaphysical and are considered the standard for behavior. So we today, as a chapel group, encourage you to consider your own moral authority. In Unitarian Universalism, we recently voted to have a set of values written into our bylaws that expresses that as you use, these are our values. Our moral authority comes from the beliefs that our values matter, and they matter to the care of people and our planet. Our call is to live in and practice these values as aligned with our character and through our words and deeds. And now I'd like to introduce you to Jonathan.
Thank you, Amy. My name is Jonathan. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm a second-year student in the MDiv program. And I'm going to start with a little story about a man you may have heard of. In 1893, while traveling by train to South Africa, a young lawyer from India was told that the first-class carriage he was sitting in was for white passengers only. He showed the conductor his first-class ticket and refused to move to the other carriage. He was then forcibly removed from the train at the next station. This moment in Mohandas Gandhi's life has been described as his epiphany, when iron entered his soul. Until then, he was mild-mannered and meek. Reflecting on this experience, Gandhi wrote, "It would be cowardice to run back to India without fulfilling my obligation. The hardship to which I was subjected was superficial, only a symptom of the deep disease of color prejudice. I should try, if possible, to root out the disease and suffer hardships in the process. Gandhi had embraced his moral authority. Let us embrace ours. And now I would like to welcome Erica, as she will give us some music.
You are so loved. Ooh, you are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Ooh, you are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. Now I invite Nina to provide a reflection.
My name is Nina. My pronouns are she, her, and I'm a third-year MDiv student. A couple weeks ago, there was a stray dog running toward the main street near my house. And with the help of some string cheese and a surprising amount of patience, I cajoled her into my backyard. And this kicked off 10 days of incorporating this sweet girl, who I affectionately called Baby Stray, into my already busy household. I live in a new home in a new state, and the more I reached out for help for what to do with Baby Stray, who couldn't stay with me, I looked to neighbors, to shelters, to services that purport to help animals, the more doors were closed in my face. Everything was already overfilled. They weren't accepting her breed. I was told to open my front door and just let her go. I was scolded and told that that's what I get for picking up a stray. A couple days ago, Baby Stray was picked up from my house and brought to a shelter. And I don't know her fate. And if I think about it too much, I am overwhelmed with lots of emotions, but mainly the bigger than life wish that we, the larger we that includes all of us, could have done better by her. The kind of hopeful sadness that is big enough to fill the gap between our intentions and our reality. Because I am every stray dog running toward the main street, hungry and confused. I am every person with string cheese and patience that has provided a warm bed just for a couple nights. I am the overtaxed systems full of loving and exhausted people who want to do so much better than they're equipped to. My moral authority reminds me that I am the elderly neighbor voting his values, and I am his granddaughter feeling betrayed and unloved by his decision. I am the shame, concern, connection, yearning, despair, and hope that flows from each of us. And I am every person trying to be better, failing, and trying again tomorrow. I used to wish for an anesthetic to protect me from feeling all the pain and joy of the world, like I was born with double the nerve endings that I should have. But now I ask Spirit for fortification and grace. As these emotions wash over me like the tide, I ask for the strength to swim. I ask that this reminder that we are all one be offered to me many times a day, to keep my heart soft and open and my back strong to do the work of my life. My moral authority reminds me of my solidarity with other human beings, with non-human beings, and with all the wisdom and love and belief in a better tomorrow that has woven us together into a tapestry of hope and renewal. So on this day and in this age of separateness and individualism, may our soulfulness be an antidote to the lie that we are not one. May we always remember That, in the words of Ram Dass, we are all just here to walk each other home, no matter what.
You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved. You are so loved.
Welcome. May this be a time for you to show up more fully and connect to that which is larger than yourself. Take a moment to breathe. Feel the breath. Notice your body. Say out loud in your space the name of that which holds you no matter what. What holds you? What place holds you? What four-legged, winged creature holds you? What amazing thing from the sea holds you? Trees. What in nature holds you? For a few moments, join me in prayer, in quiet, in centering, in sending out the vibration of love that no matter what, the world can be healed. A moment of quiet reflection and prayer. For all that has been named in other spaces, you are welcome here. We call on your love, your mercy, your power to heal and to usher in justice for all people. We need all of your energies right now, right here. In this ritual, may we be a help to each other and called to remember our highest values. May we be reminded of the righteous power of saying thank you. May we allow our sacred bodies to remember the people, places, pets, and things that evoke a sensation of awe and wonder and wow. Thank you, Annie Lamont, for the prayers, help, thanks, and wow. Thanksgiving, Veterans Day, Election Day, Diwali, events and celebrations that can bring us to seek help, to offer thanks, and to experience wow. May it be so. May you make it so. In the chat, please allow this community to bear witness to a personal need that you may have, where some help would be useful. Share with us what you are thankful for. Tell us what brings you to a place of wow. If there is a pastoral need, please let me know. I'm Pastor Jacqueline, and I will be in touch with you within 48 hours. Please rest in this moment to reflect, to write in the chat, to be with your holy self. Shalom.
Thought we were going to hear Jonathan ring that beautiful chime again. So instead, I'll just presence us on to the next thing. Here you go, Jonathan. Go ahead. Thank you, Jonathan, as you saw me taking those deep breaths as he played that chime for us. For me, no matter what, levity. In his book, Between Heaven and Mirth, Why Joy, Humor, and Laughter Are at the Heart of Spiritual Life, Catholic priest James Martin opens the book with a story from his days in Jesuit seminary. He tells of a very lighthearted friend who was feeling guilty for laughing during Mass earlier that day at something that he was ruminating on, that he was laughing about. So later in the day, that friend went to confession with the elderly priest of their order. He said to him, "Father, I confess for excessive levity." The elderly priest looked at him, glowered, and replied, "All levity is excessive." 20 years into the future, James Martin wrote an entire book about joy, humor, and laughter and their role in a spiritual life. Here's some food for fact. The average baby laughs 120 times a day. The average adult laughs 6 times per day. I just have to laugh at that right now. I'm laughing at losing my place. So when did we adults lose levity in our daily life? And how can we restore laughter to its central role in spirituality and life in general? And another book I reviewed about this topic, Laughter and the Grace of God. Spirituality theologian and professor Brian Edgar asserts that a theology of laughter should be seen as a gift from God. There's even a quote where Martin Luther is credited with his proclamation that if we are not allowed to laugh in heaven, I don't want to go there. At my other seminary where I attend, we study psychic energy healing. Laughter is one of our greatest tools. We use it in abundance during psychic readings or energy healings. See, when there is stuck energy in the aura or in the chakras, laughter is the best tool to help move that energy. We did learn that seriousness actually stops energy channels from flowing. And we do a really simple, what you might call a fake laugh. We'll do the often hear, if you come to any psychic readings at Berkeley Psychic Institute, you'll hear psychics going, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, ha ha ha, over and over. And as we laugh, the energy begins to move and release. So for me, no matter what, levity. Today, on this day of angst and of seriousness, I'm reminded of Tia Ma's statement that ritual is adult play, hence my background. So in this sacred playground, I invite all of you to unmute and maybe tick off one of those laughs that you're only going to get 5 more of today. Unmute, Maybe join me in some of my fake laughter of the ha ha ha, or speak in, verbalize your no matter what. So unmute, we can do ha 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 together. We can actually laugh. We can laugh at the seriousness. No matter levity.
We may experience the emotion of fear while exercising our moral authority. Fear for our safety, our well-being, and possible hardship. In Frank Herbert's science fiction novel Dune, the character Paul Atreides recites a mantra to himself when he experiences feelings of extreme fear or mental strain. This mantra is called the Litany Against Fear, and it goes, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration. I will face my fear. I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And when it has gone past, I will turn the inner eye to see its path. Where the fear has gone, there will be nothing. Only I will remain. Paul uses this litany to acknowledge and embrace his fear in the face of danger. I found this litany so profound that I have it literally tattooed on my back. May we lean on our spiritual practices and mantras to acknowledge and embrace our fear while exercising our moral authority, no matter what.
We all live, we all live, we all live in the same house. We all live, we all live, we all live in the same house. Come on, choir. We all live, we all live, we all live. Same house.
Erica, I'm sorry that the video isn't working in this moment, and we all love your voice. So we're gonna hold 30 seconds while you look inside and offer what is there. This happens in rituals. Allow spirit to move you to bring us something.
Thank you, Erica. Thank you for everybody's patience. As we all know, internet is such a fickle person. I would like to introduce for our final reflection, Lauren, to tell us her no matter what. Kelly, if you can give us Lauren, and I do not know where Lauren is right now.
I'm trying to put her.
No problem. There she is.
Wish I could spotlight her. There we go.
Let me know when you're ready. Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Technology. So, the first time we met to co-create today's chapel service, one of the first questions we were asked was, what kind of energy did we want to bring into the service? Pastor Jacqueline offered us each a turn to speak. And when it was my turn to respond to this question, I simply could not offer a response. Not only am I a slow processor in general, but in holding that question in my awareness, I didn't actually quite have access to the words. I didn't quite have a clear reading of the energy that I could start to sense was starting to flow in. I could also tell that what was happening internally wasn't a formulation of intellectually generated thoughts coming from my prefrontal cortex that I could just simply superimpose onto our discussion. Instead, it clearly was energy flowing from outside of me, flowing into and then through me, through my heart and through my being. That same energy that I believe and sense lives and flows through each and every one of us, weaving us together in our shared sense of connection and interbeingness. So let's fast forward to later in our planning meeting when we were each answering a different question. Well, again, I couldn't answer that question either because my brain needed to go back and reply to the earlier question because the energy was becoming clear and it was flowing. It felt like a combination of energies, actually, weaving themselves together like a woven braid of defiance and determination and persistence. Ultimately, these interwoven energies took on the shape and feeling of devotion. Devotion plus commitment. Devotion plus commitment activated by our UU principle that names and treasures the inherent worth and dignity of every person. Devotion and commitment activated by our shared priority for justice, equity, and compassion in human relations. The energy of devotion and commitment that says no matter what happens at the end of today or at the end of the next few days or the next few weeks or even the next few months of this election, we are here together as the Star King community, devoted to persisting with the holy work of countering oppressions of every sort. It was also an energy that says, no matter what happens or doesn't happen on the international scope and stage of human rights, we will continue to come together as Star King students, tiptoeing further and further into the formation of our own sense of moral authority as we specifically name and then speak out against the genocide and looming genocidal acts that are currently being perpetrated by numerous governments around the world. Because, and in the words of Bell Hooks, How can we organize to challenge and change a system that cannot or will not be named? So in other words, by naming the perpetrators and their criminal and or oppressive actions, policies, systems, we enact a moral duty to refuse to be perpetrators ourselves through our own government, or at a minimum, we refuse to be complicit bystanders, which we do, unfortunately, if and when we do not speak up. If we are truly sincere about why we're here at Star King, and if we're truly sincere about our eco philosophy and actually taking action, then I believe it includes speaking out, speaking up, naming the perpetrators, naming the devastation of their actions. I'll also add that this energy that was flowing through me isn't the energy that said no matter what happens later this month of November over the holiday weekend of Thanksgiving/Thanksgrieving, we will continue to raise our voices and keep breaking open the story, telling the truth about how our own country's history of colonialization and genocide in the process of destroying the human spirit and stealing the land that we now call by the colonial name of United States. And finally, it was an energy that says no matter what, looming threats, hateful rhetoric fueled by racism, misogyny, xenophobia, homophobia, transphobia, white supremacy, fascism, and other forms of oppression and domination, no matter what. As the Star King community, we will persist in our devotion and commitment to unravel, untangle, loosen, soften, and do our best to eventually, ideally, hopefully, engage our deepest and most sincere intention to help finding a way toward healing our fractured society, no matter what. Thank you. Blessed be, and may it be so. And now I will invite all of our co-creators to join me as we offer our benediction for the conclusion of the service. And we will offer those words in the same alphabetical order that we did when we opened. So, Amy?
My light will continue to shine, no matter what.
No matter what, levity, even in the face of trauma.
Leadership is not merely a position of authority, but a moral responsibility to inspire, guide, and empower others with integrity and empathy, no matter what.
I'll continue to move forward in love, no matter what.
No matter what, there is power in knowing that we are together.
I claim you no matter what.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Everywhere I go, stomp with me, clap with me, join in. I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
And everybody can sing with us. This little light
Little
of
light of
mine,
mine,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
let
let it
it
shine.
Shine
shine.
this
Little
little light.
light of mine,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna let
let
it
it
shine.
shine. This
This
little
Little
little light
light
of
of
mine,
mine,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
let
let it
it
shine,
shine.
let
Let
it
it
let
shine.
it
shine,
shine,
let it
let it
shine.
shine.
Let it shine.
One more time.
This little
Little
light of
light of
mine,
mine,
I'm
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 gonna
gonna
let it
let it
shine.
shine.
shining.
This
This
little light
little
of
light of
mine,
Mine.
I'm gonna
I'm
let
gonna
it
let it
shine.
shine.
This little
This
light
little
of
light of
mine,
mine,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
let it
let it
shine.
shine. Let it
Shine,
shine,
let it
let it
shine,
shine.
let it
Let it
shine. Oh, yeah.
shine. Oh, yeah.